Hello, lacrosse friends. Welcome back to the NAMLA Championships. We're at the Bantam age, which is actually 3 years. It is loud in here. Can you hear me at all, Herbie? I don't know if Herbie can hear me. I'm Steven Stamp, joined by Herbie John. It's the 13, 14, and 15-year-olds. There are 3 years for the Bantam age to help out with numbers. And then the midgets are actually 16, 17, 18. Herbie, here we have Newtown with the ball going up against Tonawanda in this championship.
Thank you, Stamper. Yeah, as you mentioned, this Bantam division here in the NAMLA division, they do get an extra year for number purposes in the communities. So, as you've seen, the last 3 divisions up. Ooh! That ball was intended for Tonawanda, and it went right off the head of Josiah LaForme. Turns into a Newtown goal.
What a finish. Bit of a tough break for Tonawanda as that went off the face of Josiah LaForme, the official, and he shakes it off, just keeps going.
Yeah, that was just kind of unfortunate. He wasn't really paying attention. The Tonawanda player was looking to move the ball around, and the ball came out a little too quick. Hit Josiah LaForme on side the face. Caused a turnover. Newtown gets on the board first. But as I mentioned here, the NAMLA, they allow the 3rd year here in the Bantam division and also the midget division coming up next. So really your 3rd year Bantam here in NAMLA are your 1st year U17 players elsewhere. That's a good face-off win by Randall John. This is Elijah Leroy. There's Tonawanda. Number 9, headman one-on-one with Caius John. Score!
Great finish, just cutting across and zipping that one back the other direction.
That's Jaron Moses, assisted
Moses.
Shane McIntyre, I do believe. Snuck one in past Caius John. We're all tied up 1-1. This might be also a goalie game here. Stanford Tonawanda's got a really good goaltender right there, Jackson Bob Pregel. He's been on First Nations, some minor national teams coming into the midget level. It's pretty unfortunate that Team First Nations will not be participating this year in the minor nationals due to quite a few reasons, cost being one of them. A lot of these kids here out of NAMLA use that opportunity to go to the nationals and show their stuff. But we're back to the game here. Tonawanda and Newtown Bantam division. It's going to be a really good one. Here's Moses again, gets inside, and he beats Caius. Whoa!
Almost a mirror image play on that one. He goes in from the other side, makes a very similar move, and just gets that, tucks it in hip high, just outside the goaltender's reach, and what a finish.
Yeah, Caius looking over at his defensive end of the bench. Coach Tony Leroy looking at his defensive end of the bench, wondering why we got pads on and nobody's cross-checking. You know, that
always a good question.
So that's a face-off win. Here's Colton Bonafide. That's a 2-on-1. Colton, he'll pass it over to, he was looking for Kean Beaver. This is Darren Brooks Jr. for Tonawanda.
We talked earlier in some of the other games about how you can see quite a difference in, different players hit their growth spurts at different times. You're going to see some ranges in the size of players, and we see that here clearly. Especially you add the 3-year range, and you do have some differences in the size of some of the players. A great chance for Newtown and a save on that bouncer.
That was a good effort there by the goal scorer of Newtown, Kean Beaver. That ball's loose in the corner. That's picked up by Brody Hemline. He's looking for Caleb Johnson. Johnson takes a shot. Big save by Jackson Bob. Oh, we got a delayed penalty coming up to Newtown.
Checking in the crease. Jackson Pragal will head to the bench. I was chatting with him last night, him and his dad Jason, and the mom Cecily at the game in Tonawanda. They are the definition of a lacrosse family. Backdoor attempt just a little bit wide. And that is going to lead to the, it's an illegal cross-check call, basically checking the crease.
Yeah, that was not a smart play taken by Kean Beaver. Especially when Tonawanda's coming in hot. 2-1 already, 5 minutes into this game.
And their goal scorer starting with possession on this power play. That is the man to watch out for, Moses, number 9 at the top. Will slide down.
That shot taken there by Chucky Redmond. Backed up by Lois Thompson-Jones. Triple team by Tonawanda. Tonawanda comes up with it. This is Hadoas. Jonathan over to Darren Brooks. Gets a spin move. Good defense there by Randall John and Colton Bonafide. That's Colton Bonafide with the block. He's got wheels. He's got Emmett Williams with him. Oh, and a big hit by Jaron Moses. Here's Lois Thompson-Jones. He gets around Moses. He's got Colton Bonafide calling for it. Colton. He gets around Chucky Redmond. Colton, step down shot that goes just wide of Jackson Bob. Here's Chucky Redmond. There's no reset on the play. Here's Emmett. Randall's got to get a shot. Randall steps into one. And that doesn't make it through. A 30-second shot clock violation. Good defense there by Tonawanda.
And 3:15-minute running time has, except for the last 5 minutes of the third period. Here in the Bantam division. We're getting towards the halfway point of the first period.
Here's Jared Nephew for Newtown. He's looking for Lennox Van Arnhem. That ball makes its way to Jackson Ball Pragal. As I mentioned earlier, Newtown goalie and Newtown head coach were probably looking around where the cross-checking was in the last two shifts. Newtown really picked up the defense. Here's Darren Brooks. Over to Hadoas. Big shot, just missed it wide. 10 on the shot clock, 3 on the penalty to Kean Beaver. Jackson Bob will just ice it. Oh, they reset to 30 somehow. Either way, Jackson Bob was playing catch with Caius. Here we go with Brody Hemline. Nope, this is Huddlewell and Jay Pooty. Good shot.
Oh, wow. You're fired up on that one, Herbie. The whole broadcast booth was reverberating as your feet slammed down in excitement on a lovely shot there to tie things up.
That was a good shot taken there by number 4, Huddlewell and Jay Pooty. Elias, whatever you want to call him. We call him Huddlewell and Jay, his given name. Some of the boys, they call him Pooty. Big, heavy shot there. That face-off's one pulled back to Tonawanda, number 13. He gets around one Newtown player looking into Huddlewell and Jay. Met up by Dalen Stevens. That ball's loose, picked up by Huddlewell and Jay. Newtown, it's 2-2. Here comes Pooty. Big shot coming in, gets around a guy. Pulls it back, cranks. Big save by Jackson Bob. Ball's loose in the corner. Dustin Mohawk fighting for it. That ball's still loose. Huddlewell and Jay picks it up. Looks over to Kean Beaver. Kean, big shot. Jackson Bob Pragal with a big save again. You're going to see a lot of outside shots. Here's Chucky Redmond. Underhand shot. 5-hole.
It's a little bit of a screen here, I think. And Chucky just drops the head of the...
I don't think Caius John was ready for that. Maybe. You know, those are his... You got to have those. 3-2, Tonawanda.
Newtown have been putting so much pressure on, really controlling the flow of the play. Even when they were shorthanded, they were generating some great chances. And that just kind of spins the momentum back in the favor of Tonawanda on that one.
There's a pass down low to number 18 of Tonawanda. That's Peyton Poudry. I'm sorry, Peyton Perry. So here we go with Tonawanda. We're in Newtown. He's looking across to Hite Prina. Gets it down low. Caleb, one more pass, looking for Colton. And Colton must have stepped on the line. Trent Brillier seeing him. It'll be Tonawanda ball. This is Nathan Lonestiva. He was looking up the floor to number 15 of Max Abrams. That's turned over. Tonawanda headmans the ball up to Colton Bonafide. Being pressured by Jaron Moses. That battle's won by Moses. We're saying Moses' name quite a bit lately. He gets a swim.
Yeah.
Good defense there by Newtown to stop him. That's Randall John and Donald Stevens. Good defense. Here's Darren Brooks. That ball's loose in the air. Randall John. And it'll be interference call. It'll be Newtown ball. So here's Brody Hemline. Underhand shot. Right to the 5-hole of Jackson Bob Pregel.
Coming to the final 3:33 of the first period here. I want to say new end to everyone who's joining us online. And to Woody Seneca. Here's a break going the other way. Just stop. You said it might be a goaltending battle. We've had some scoring already in this first period, but both goalies have had to make some big saves. Yeah, Woody Seneca sponsoring the streaming of the games today on Blue Squatch Productions. Great of him to do that. Everyone getting a chance to watch the games now and on the archived versions on YouTube.
Here comes Newtown. Tonawanda looking inside. Big save by Jackson Bob. That ball's still loose on the floor. Backed up by Brody Hemline. They get a fresh 30, and we're going to get something behind the play.
Is it going both ways, or is it just Newtown? See, with the slashing call, there was some back and forth behind the play. And they're going to pull the Newtown player for that penalty, giving Tonawanda a chance to extend this lead late in the first period.
That's Caleb Johnson's going to sit down for 2 or less. Put Tonawanda back on a power play. Here's Darren Brooks. He was looking for a steal. He's looking for Hadoas. There's Hadoas. Oh, that ball's loose in the corner. Hadoas picks it back up, looking on cross crease for Max Abrams. Nothing there. Here comes Tonawanda with wheels. He's trailing Darren Brooks. He gets inside. Tonawanda shot saved by Jackson Bob. Good pressure there by the Newtown boys. That ball's still loose on the floor. Lois Thompson-Jones, that ball's up in the air. And I think we got too many men call. It'll be Newtown ball.
Yeah. Offensive too many men, just the possession call. Defensively, it would be a penalty. And you might expect to see Jaron Moses, who scored a couple of the goals for Tonawanda, out on the power play. He actually was on the bench. That was a rip from the outside. He was on the bench with his helmet off, looking distinctly uncomfortable. He has got his helmet back on. He's on the door, ready to come out. And he's in the line. Oh, no, actually, I think that's him standing behind.
I think a little bit of ref miscommunication there. Over and back call there. We had maybe Josiah's still feeling a little woozy from taking that ball to the side of the face at the beginning of the game. But either way, here's Tonawanda. Misses the whole net. And that'll be a turnover. Newtown ball. I'm sorry, that was Hadoas. This is Tonawanda. It's a 2-on-1. If he hurries, he keeps it inside. Saved by Jackson Bob.
Did you know he was going to shoot too?
Yeah, I thought so because Kean wasn't in the play quite yet.
Yeah.
Tonawanda Jake probably had. Oh, I was just going to say we got one coming. Yeah. Brody Hemline. Oh.
That might be another one. Yeah, they're both going. So we're probably not going to get play going again here as it's running time and only 10 seconds left. So this period will not continue. And it's good to see that Jaron Moses is back on the floor, and it'll be a 5-on-3 when the second period commences. I'm Steven Stamp. He's Herbie John. We're going to take a break here on this Blue Squatch Productions presentation of the NAMLA Championship, and we will be back in 3 minutes.
Did you hear me?
Yeah. Bantam Championship. I'm Steven Stamp. Herbie John with the call here. And quite a game so far as we start the second period.
Yeah, thanks, Steven Stamp. Good to be here working with you. And thanks to Blue Squatch Productions for being here and Woody Seneca for providing us with today's NAMLA Championships. Big shot there by Chucky Redmond. That was Chucky Redmond there on a big outside shot, power play goal for Tonawanda. Newtown has to stay out of the box. Every goal that Tonawanda has scored right now is maybe the last 2 goals have been a power play goal.
Well, the 2 at the same time, you take the 1 and on the delayed penalty, you take another to stop play, and all of a sudden it's a 5-on-3. And around the world, nice attempt, but Tonawanda taking advantage.
Here's Brody Hemline. Colin Bonafide, he's got a lane. He gets inside, nothing there. Rebound there by Kean Beaver. He can't touch the ball. Backed up there by Caleb Johnson. Over to Beaver, ball's loose. Here's Kean Beaver on the backside. He's got Caleb Johnson, and he can't beat the 30-second shot clock. It'll be Tonawanda ball. 4-2 Tonawanda coming back up. Here's your hot stick of Jaron Moses. Jaron Moses and Chucky Redmond, the goal scorers for Tonawanda.
I was going to say, Redmond's really the hot one now. The last couple of goals.
There's Darren Brooks. Being guarded up by Bonafide. He takes a shake. Nothing there. Looking for his offense. Swings it on over to 18. Doesn't make it through. Good soak by somebody in the middle. Here's Caius John. Headmans it up to Hotawonji. That ball's still loose on the floor. Nobody came up with it. That ball's still loose. Caleb Johnson has it. Here's Caleb. He's got 15 on the shot clock. Caleb steps into one. Yeah, it goes too high and wide. Picked up by Tonawanda. Turnover, and it'll be Newtown ball. Here's Hotawonji. Oh, we got an interference call coming on the inside. So here we go. Tonawanda headmans the ball. That's intercepted by Donald Stevens. Backed up by his brother, Dalen Stevens. And we're going to get a loose ball push. Tonawanda ball. A lot of people don't like that call there, Stamper, but you know what? They're not the ones on the floor.
Not popular. But, yeah, like you said, decision goes to the men in the purple and white.
So this is Caius John. Goaltender for Newtown. Hands it off to Hotawonji. Newtown gets their five-man offense out there. He's got to move the ball. He's looking for Randall John. Randall John looks inside. He takes a pick from Stevens. Randall, shoot, score! I know that guy.
Yeah, a little mispositioning by the goaltender. He's just off his post, and you see Randall John sees that spot open and hooks the ball back. Makes it look like far side, but hooks it back just inside that near post.
I probably see him working on that shot maybe 50 times a day outside in the front yard. And a lot of these boys are over at the house. And like I said, Snapper, I live right behind this beautiful Cattaraugus Community Center. So in a nice little neighborhood. And I see those boys, you know, just ripping at the net all day. And it shows. Good look inside to Dalen Stevens. That ball's still loose. Stevens comes up with it. Good stick work. He gets it over to Brody Hemline. Brody looks up top to Lois Thompson-Jones. He looks inside to Stevens. Oh, he can't corral it. So Jackson Bob Preble comes up with it.
And the pass is knocked down. Tonawanda getting in the way. Battle for it along the board will wind up, and there's a break, an opportunity for Newtown all alone. Oh, no mistake. What a finish.
Yeah, that was nice there. Brody Hemline. Sorry, Stamper. Greg was fixing me up with this this headset here. Thanks, Greg. Hopefully it all works out. But that was Brody Hemline there. Good headman there from Caleb Johnson. And we're all tied back up underneath 10 minutes in the second frame.
This is quite a battle we've had. It's swinging back and forth. Tonawanda keeps going ahead. Newtown just answering everything that they've got.
I got nothing.
Throw at him.
So that face-off's pulled back by Tonawanda. This is Jaron Moses. He'll start off his Tonawanda offense. Here's Chucky Redmond looking for a shot. Saved by Caius John. Backed up by Darren Brooks. That's a big size difference there. Darren Brooks and Dustin Mohawk. Takes a pick from Redmond. Brooks gets a step looking for Redmond. Nothing there. Looks over to Moses. Moses backhands down low. He's looking. Brooks was cutting. Nothing there. Tonawanda looking. Good defense there by Keane Beaver. Hotawonji steps up. Here's Redmond. Big shot just wide of Caius. That ball's still loose on the floor. Picked up by Tonawanda. And that ball was loose for a second there. And still loose. Picked up by Tonawanda. Somehow got a fresh 30 reset. So here we go. Oh, good toe drag inside by number 10. That ball. Oh! Big save.
Yeah, it was bouncing around just by the goal line. Nice awareness there.
So here's Tonawanda. He has Caleb Johnson coming off. Emmett Williams. And I can't tell who that guy was. Here's Tonawanda. He gets inside the Dusty Mohawk score!
Beautiful pass. Great job taking that, accepting the pass right on top of the crease. You can see the Newtown player right there will slip in to the center. And the pass through traffic, has to catch, turn, and quickly get that away. Perfect placement too.
Yeah, good ball movement by Newtown.
That'd be their first lead.
Yeah, it is. Good ball movement. Another face-off win by Newtown. Here's Tonawanda. He was looking, nothing there. He had Caleb cutting. He's looking for Emmett. Look behind him. Tonawanda might have took a shot somewhere where the sun don't shine. And it'll be a referee timeout. I do believe Tonawanda took a slash somewhere in the midsection. And Coach Aaron Printup, Mog, if you watch the show Crooked Arrows, actor named Mog is the assistant coach here for Newtown Bantams.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, now I can hear. Now we're at.
Very soon, if anybody wants to go watch the drawing of the raffle table, they will be doing it in about 45 seconds.
I'm going to head up to the other game. You probably need more food too, right? What do you need for?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm going to take this.
Okay.
You good?
Yeah. Yep. Thank you. So Steven Stamps heading on up to the Senior B playoff game 2, Tonawanda and Tuscarora. Be sure to tune in live with Blue Swats.
Always great to be with you, Herbie. Thanks for hopping on.
Oh, always, man. Thank you. And thank you to Greg Beecher, and good luck. Have a good game up there in Tonawanda. Tuscarora, I should say. I think Greg and I will be racing to Allegheny tonight.
Pretty much. I think you'll end up beating me there. I got a little more to pick up after we're done, but.
So here we go with Jaron Moses. Tonawanda's got a 2-on-1 break. He's got Darren Brooks with him. Darren Brooks 1-on-1 save by Caius. Always a great pleasure working with Steven Stamp. Make sure you guys tune in tonight and listen to Steven Stamp give the call of the Tonawanda and Tuscarora Senior B game. But right now we're at the North American Minor Lacrosse Association Championships Bantam Division. Here's Caleb Johnson, 1-on-1 with Jackson Bob Prego. And big save by Jackson Bob. So here we go with Tonawanda. 5-4 Newtown, 6:30 remaining here in the second period. Here's Lennox Van Arnhem. He's looking up the floor. Oh, just got away from Caleb Johnson. Here we go with Jaron Moses. Tonawanda had too many guys on the floor.
Boy, this is just back and forth. It's like a track meet. Good luck for Crafty Beach trying to keep up with this one.
Oh, yeah, Greg, these guys are 14, 15, 16 years old. They are kind of hard to keep up with. Half of them are at my house. I try to chase them around, get outside, and I still can't catch them.
Yeah, that's the unfortunate part of getting older for us. We kind of lose that step, and we can't quite track after them the same way.
Here's Darren Brooks over to Chucky Redmond. He gets the toe drag. Good stick there by Chucky. Bigger, better save by Caius John. Oh, and it looks like Julian Rodriguez will get called for the back in. Here's Tonawanda. Brooks gets a step. Good defense there by Dallin Stevens. Headman's up to Florida, number 4. Tonawanda, he's 1-on-1 with Jackson Bob Prego makes the save. Rebounded by Darren Brooks. Good defense there by, really good defense there by Dallin Stevens. Here's Dallin Stevens. Being worked on by Darren Brooks. He gets around to the left side, hands it off to Randall John. Randall John gets it up to Bonafide. Down low looking for Tonawanda. Tonawanda, he's got Randall John calling for it. Randall John, bounce shot, just wide. Oh, it might have hit the leg of Jackson Bob. Oh, and here we go with Chucky Redmond all the way back. Good defense there by Colton Bonafide. He headmans the ball up the floor to number 22. That's Kason John. Ball still loose. Tonawanda battling it. He's backed up by Lois Thompson-Jones. Lois comes up with the loose ball. Steps into one. Saved by Jackson Bob. Rebound by Kason John. That ball just goes wide. That'll be Tonawanda ball.
I said they got a souvenir for a fan out there. I forget you can't hear me through the headset. Are you starting to hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you a little bit better now. Earlier, I could not hear anything. Good defense there by Randall John on Chucky Redmond. Oh, we got a delayed penalty coming up.
There's a knob on the side of your headphone if you turn it up. Oh, 2-minute minor. They can't hear you, Herbie John, on this one because you weren't added on the replay screen. I had the replay going. You got a knob on the side of your headphone. You turn the volume up.
Can you hear me now?
There you go. Now you're up to 100%.
Oh, all right. I like working at 100. Big
Rips
shot
the
there,
shot.
taken by Chucky Redmond. Saved by Caius John. Headman up the floor looking for Colton Bonafide. That ball goes all the way back to Jackson Bob Pringle. Jackson Bob makes a floor length pass all the way to Chucky. Chucky goes for a twister. Saved by Caius. Caius hands it off to Tonawanda. Tonawanda gets it up to Colton Bonafide. Bonafide gets inside, hands it off to Brody Hemline. Donald Stevens calling for it. Here's Stevens. Here's Bonafide. Hemline cutting. Hemline underhand shot, saved by Pringle. Rebounded by Hemline, a fresh 30 seconds. Here's Brody Hemline. 2 minutes remaining here in the second period of the North American Minor Lacrosse Association Bantam Division Championship. Newtown Golden Eagles versus Tonawanda Braves. Here's Colton Bonafide, 10 on the shot clock. Nobody from Newtown is moving. Here's Brody Hemline. Brody steps into one. 5-hole save by Jackson Bob. So here we are with Tonawanda. This is Nathan Loinestiwa. Hands it off to number 18, Peyton Perry. Over to Max. Oh, he didn't make it through. That was Max Abrams. Here comes Tonawanda. He's got numbers for a minute. Tonawanda catching up. Hands it off to Brody Hemline. Wide open on a crease. Donald Stevens can't pull it in. Here's Jaron Moses. Jaron Moses with 3 of the 4 Tonawanda goals. Last minute of the play here in the second period. That's Tonawanda number 21. I don't have a name for number 21, but either way, Newtown on the far end. Here's Kean Beaver. He gets inside, fake. Oh, just missed the whole net. That's a rebound by Moses. Tonawanda has a man way up the floor. He's got him. One-on-one with Kaya. Score! That's number 19, Zach Siska. Took the pass from the other end of the floor. Caius John wanted to come out and hit him. Thought of it. Got caught in his back step. Siska shoots and scores. We're all tied up. 5-5. We're in a second intermission, Greg.
Wow. Yeah, and I'm going to take a look at that replay again. Beautiful. Absolutely.
Caius John on his back step. You know, sometimes you just got to stay in net.
Absolutely. All right, we'll take a break. We'll be right back. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in.
What happened? I pressed the button.
Lot cooler when you can hear what's happening with the music and you know when I'm talking, isn't it?
Yes, sir. It makes it interesting. We're back for the third period here at the North American Minor Lacrosse Association Bantam Division. Championship game between Newtown and Tonawanda. We're in for quite a great finish here, Greg.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it when I walked in, the score differential, and then within a couple of minutes of me sitting down, all of a sudden they're back in it, and now they're working in the round down low. It amazes me how often you guys get it right. I say it all the time. You would think that crease call happens so fast, you're trying to pay attention to the line, that you guys would get more of them wrong. But I would say 95% accuracy on the crease calls easily.
I disagree with you, Greg. I'm 99.9% on my crease calls.
They can't all be that good.
Nobody's ever 100%, so I'll take 99.99.
There we go. Oh, shot clock expires. He picked it up down low, and you could see his eyes kind of growing in his head when he saw nobody between him and the goalie, but.
Here's Huddlebound Jay. Big shot. Step down. Saved by Jackson Bob Prego. Backed up by Caleb Johnson. Here's Brody Hemline. Kean Beaver inside. Couldn't get it past Prego. Here's Huddlebound Jay. Looking for Beaver. Beaver gets it. Score!
Beautiful goal. And I would like to say this replay is brought to you by Woody Seneca, because without him, these would not be happening. So look at that pass over there, and then he just buries it. We get a couple looks at it. That was nice.
Good ball movement there by
Fast.
Newtown.
I mean, that wasn't in his stick for more than a second. And I mean, not enough to be a quick stick, but as soon as he pulled it back, just enough patience for the goalie to come over, puts it on the far side, and gives his team a 1-goal lead.
So here we go, Lois Thompson-Jones for Newtown. Over to Beaver, the goal scorer. Takes a pick from Stevens. Beaver steps into one. Saved by Jackson Bob. Backed up by Newtown Stevens. And that'll be Jackson Bob, Newtown, or Tonawanda ball. So this is Jared Moses. Chucky Redmond. Over to Hudowas. Redmond, big step down, saved by Caius. Chucky looking across crease. Another big save by Caius John. It'll be Newtown ball. Here's Lennox Van Arnhem. He runs over a guy. He's got numbers. He's going to take the shot, and that just goes high. Good effort there by number 1, Lennox Van Arnhem. 6-5 Newtown, 11:49 remaining here in the third. Again, yes, big Niaway special thank you to Woody Seneca for providing us today's NAMLA championship games. You know, without mention to Greg and his wife and Blue Squatch Productions. You guys do a really good job all season.
Well, thank you very much. It's been so awesome to get to capture all these amazing moments. You see the smile on these kids' faces after they score. These kids' games are my favorite. I love when we get a chance to get out here. As he runs in, beautiful give and go, but he wasn't able to quite hold on to it. Boy, he's got
Chucky
stuffed
Redmond
into that
with
crease.
Tonawanda. Good defense there by Newtown. We're going to get a loose ball push on Newtown. Tonawanda ball. Here's Chucky Redmond looking for Moses. Nothing there. Chucky will have a break. Here's Darren Brooks.
These guys play similar to Can-Am rules with the 10-second and the over and back is an only man down.
Yes, sir.
That took me a little bit to get used to, but now that I've kind of got it figured out, I do really like it because you'll see as the teams are kind of playing, it really does change it. And then all of a sudden, man down, and guys will forget, and then you get that random call where the ref's paying attention, and they're like, uh-oh.
Here's Huddleball, big shot, saved by Pragle. Yeah, to feed off that, Greg, I've been paying attention all season, and you're doing a really good job following the game, getting used to the rules, seeing what we're calling. Every team is different, obviously, and I just got to commend you for that. You're doing a great job calling these games.
Thank you, sir, as he works it around. Driving in. Oh, keeps his balance, though, as he steps up top. Now, everybody here plays on either polished concrete or sport court, or do they have to go back and forth between turf and... Well, because Onondaga's here, so yeah, they got turf.
Onondaga's got turf. Tonawanda's got turf. We play at all the same facilities as the senior B teams do.
Oh, what a slide. Take a look at that one again real quick as play is developing. But
that was good effort there by Huddleball trying to get a dive in.
Number 8 for Tonawanda, sir. That was beautiful.
So here we are underneath 10 minutes here in the third and final period. Here's number 10 for Tonawanda, being guarded up by number 2. Gets a pick by Hadoas. A little too much there for Trentbury. Here's Hite Printup with the fast restart. He headmans it. Looking for Huddleball. Huddleball, oh, just missed the net. Printup with the rebound. Printup gets inside. Saved by Pragle. Backed up by Kean Beaver. Kean looking far side. Here's Donald Stevens. Oh, Donald Stevens got a little bit of a hook stick.
Yeah, and I was wondering, did that kid just shoot the ball hard enough he broke his stick?
Yeah, a lot of these kids don't have screws in their sticks. And that'll be a turnover in Newtown. I'll tell you, Greg, every stick at my house doesn't have one. And a lot of helmets are missing screws, too.
Gets a screen. Working around top. Getting ready to step in. Rips the shot. Wow, oh my goodness. That was nuts. Beautiful play, just kind of executing the two-man game.
That's Tonawanda. Big shot, near side. Waited for open space, waited for his lane. Took his shot, 7-5 Newtown.
Yeah, beautiful, right above that, that right hip. And you kind of, what I've learned more than anything is you're seeing what sets teams apart is guys that can hit those small holes, above the hip, reaching around the shoulder, bringing it back down. I swear, when I did that last, what was the UCBLL? That kid had a curveball he threw over the top of the goalie, and it came down over. I was like, that was nuts.
There's Tonawanda, Jaron Moses. He gets around Randall John. He meets Newtown defense. Gets through everybody. Can't get through Kaius John. Kaius John looking up floor to his cousin Randall. Randall right over his head. Randall still one-on-one. He's waiting for somebody. He's got Brody Hemline. Brody saved by Jackson Bob. Backed up by Colton Bonafide. Colton gets inside. Here's Brody. Brody Hemline saved by Prego. That's backed up by Newtown Randall John. He's looking behind for Brody Hemline. Nothing there. Brody back to Randall. Randall stepped down, shot saved by Jackson Bob. Rebound Newtown, fresh 30. Here's Randall. Good defense there by Tonawanda. Colton Bonafide over to Case and John, gets it down low to Brody Hemline. Brody takes a pick from Colton. Brody look inside for Randall. Randall couldn't corral it. Turnover. Here's Tonawanda.
Ten flying up, gets a shot. Nice save. And he buries that one. Yeah, I actually missed it. I was trying to make sure I got 10's name. It was Carter Gray. So Carter Gray comes up the floor with the ball. What great play. Muscles it. Oh, it picks up his own rebound. Congratulations, Carter Gray. That was an amazing goal to bring your team back to within one goal. The strength to be able to hold that check off, then get the shot. Nice play, Carter Gray, and the patience to not just fling it right back into the goalie's chest. Awesome play.
Brings Tonawanda within one. Here's Kean Beaver. Oh. Kean Beaver answers right back.
He says, yeah, we're going to keep this a two-goal game, and we're going to show you guys why we've got as many goals as we do. But they constantly are sending guys cutting through the middle, and you see it time and time again. They don't stop moving. There he goes through. The defenseman doesn't quite get on his hand. It's so tough for the goalie because he's stepping to that side, then the guy's coming back over the top, and you're trying to save that far post. Props to him. Great shot.
So last 5 minutes of the game, we're within 2 goals. We're at stop time.
I guess I'm not surprised that after watching the Can-Am games to find out the youth plays like this. Because, I mean, look at the battles for the ball. Every game's so exciting. Even when they don't hit double digits for the goals. I mean, usually the goalie play, I've seen a couple big saves just since I've been here. And the defense getting those slides. A lot of talent here. Oh, my goodness.
Tonawanda answers it right back. That's number 17, Styles Jonathan. Tonawanda is knocking on that door.
Yeah, beautiful pass over by 9 to see him coming across, and I don't see 9. I might have missed that one on the roster, but yeah, congratulations. Nice pass. He hits the man cut, and again, we were just talking about it, the guy on the move.
There's
if anybody in the chat knows who 9 is.
Moses underhand shot, just wide of the net. Rebounded by Tonawanda. Tonawanda looks a little slow, maybe tired, but he'll keep it. He'll step into one. Big shot saved by Jackson Bob.
kind of lulled him to sleep and then picks up the possession. So now coach is definitely happy with that play. You come down, get a reset, get the possession, get it back to the rest of the guys, and let's work it around. Kill a little clock off here and get a good shot.
Here's Kean Beaver. Pulls it back out to Dallin Stevens. Saved by Jackson Bob.
Oh my goodness, Cam Beaver. Is that any relation to Lucas, do you know, Beaver? Because watching the stick handling skills there, I was thinking a beautiful pick right there. This guy is all over the place. Shot and no save.
That's Tonawanda. Backed up by Elijah Leroy. Back to Tonawanda. Looking down the crease for Hite Printup. Nothing there. He's got Jaron Moses all alone in the backside. And we might have, either way, a penalty to Lois Thompson Jones. I think the rest of them, is there enough there for a penalty shot? I don't think so. Josiah LaForme's just going to give him a legal cross check. But Jaron Moses was all alone by himself. Not the penalty Lois Thompson Jones wants to take. 3 minutes remaining here in the third period. Here's Chucky Redmond. Step down, score!
Wow, I didn't even have time to get the penalty clock set up. I was trying to put a penalty 2-minute clock up so people could see it, and he just steps in and lasers it into the net and ties it up. Oh my goodness, power play goal. Wow, 3 minutes left to go. Does it really get any better than this? Who's got it better than us getting to sit here and watch this and get to see the replay immediately afterwards? And now they call the timeout because obviously they had the early lead and Tonawanda stormed their way back into this.
So Newtown takes a timeout after that goal. Coach Tony Leroy got to settle his team down. We're 8-8, 3:04 remaining here in the game. I think that might be just a courtesy timeout, not a strategy. You got Coach Shadow Jonathan and Lee Abrams over there gathering up his Tonawanda Bantams together. We're in for quite the finish here.
Yeah, absolutely. This is no surprise, I guess it's going down to the wire. I don't have the last two rosters. I don't think. So I was probably calling somebody by the wrong name a little while ago.
So face-off pulled and won by Newtown. Here's Brody Hemline. He was looking for Randall John. He didn't make it through. It's Tonawanda ball. Tonawanda sending two guys up the floor. Good defense there by Newtown. Kean Beaver. Here's Randall John. Randall score!
Wow, what a series of events there. Great pressure. You see him flying back up the floor. They kind of smack into him. All three of them knock the ball down. And then he just throws it up to his man who's able to get it past him. Beautiful goal. Wow. And this place is going absolutely insane.
As I knew it would, Greg. Here's face-off one. That's Caleb Johnson chasing after it. Picked up by Brody Hemline. 2:35 remaining here in the game. Brody looking inside. We got an interference call on Caleb Johnson. Here's Jaron Moses. He's got wheels. He's got Hadowas. Just wide miss. Backed up by Randall. That ball still loose at center. Backed up by Jaron Moses. Tonawanda. No reset. Here, good defense there by Colton Bonafide. Here we go, Colton. It's a 3-on-2. Colton keeps it, hands it out to Jaron Nephew. Saved by Jackson Bob. I think. It'll be an interference call on Tonawanda. It'll be Newtown ball. Here's Colton Bonafide. Bonafide takes a toe drag, looking. Oh, Randall John wasn't ready. Colton backs it up. He's looking. He's got Randall again.
Oh.
And how many chances is he going to have? Oh, we got a too many men call. And in the last 2 minutes of the period, Greg, in a close game like this, too many men call results into a penalty shot.
Yeah.
So Tonawanda got caught with too many men. Newtown's going to discuss who's going to take the penalty shot.
Oh boy. So who's 15 for Newtown?
This is Brody Hemline. Nope, he handed it off to Randall John. Oh, here we go, Randall. Here's your time to shine, boy. And he can't hit the net.
Yeah, you see he makes his way down. He's trying to set himself up with the angle. Comes across. As he thought the goalie beat, but you see the goalie plays a great angle and really didn't leave him any room to beat it over the top of that shoulder anyways. Great position by the keeper on that one to keep himself out.
I hope his brother is paying attention, watching on his ride out to Onondaga right now.
Hopefully he's listening. Shout out in the chats if you're listening. Let us know. I'm sitting in front of the chat bar right now.
I only say that, Greg, because I'm going to hear it all night tonight. So we're at 1:30 remaining here. Newtown runs the 30 down. Tonawanda sends their man up. Here we go, Tonawanda. That ball's loose at center. Being guarded up. Good pressure there by Keane Beaver. And that'll be an interference call on Newtown. So here we go, Tonawanda. Loinestiwa. Here's Hadoas. Gets around. Be guarded up by Colton Bonafide. Now he's doubled by Newtown. That shot saved by Caius John. Rebound on the far side to... Oh, they're still fighting for it. Picked up by Chucky Redmond. He's looking. Here's Hadoas. Underhand shot saved by Caius. Fresh reset, Tonawanda. Hadoas takes a reverse. Ball's still loose. Ball's loose on the floor. Somebody's got to get it. Here's Caleb Johnson. It's a 2-on-1. Caleb over to Colin. Ball's still loose. Colin comes up with it. Colin gets inside. 1-on-1. Save Jackson Bob. And Tonawanda will take their timeout. 21.8 seconds.
What a slide and save that was. I want to take another look at that. We'll say this, another replay brought to you by Woody Seneca. Thank you very much, Woody, for getting us to be able to take a look at this. But yeah, when you watch this, he beautiful splits the defense, and as the goalie slides, is able to just keep his leg up enough. Oh. Tonawanda had no timeouts, and they called one. So was that a minor, I'm guessing?
I think Trent Bray is discussing with the scorekeeper right now. No? Okay, I guess they got it all worked out. Just based on Shadow Jonathan's motions, I believe him saying that he had one timeout left. So it'll be Tonawanda ball, but way back at their own crease. He got 140 feet. They will keep Jackson Bob Pringle in net. 5-on-5.
And that's there right now. He's telling them he's going to start making his way.
Here he comes, Tonawanda. There are 15 seconds remaining. Look for Chucky Redmond. Here's Moses. Here's Redmond. Big save by Caius John. Moses with the rebound. Moses has nothing. He's got 5. Rebound there by Hadoas. He can't control it. And Newtown wins it.
Wow. Wow, wow, wow. The excitement just never ends at these games. Non-stop action right to the end, and I actually didn't have the scoreboard right. I am very sorry, everybody. Newtown was leading there. I missed that last goal. Wow. Newtown with the win. Thank you very much, everybody, but we got to start packing stuff up here because we have to get out to Allegheny, so we're going to run the camera on these guys for a couple minutes as we start packing things up. Huge shout out to Woody Seneca. Without him, we wouldn't be here. Anybody ever sees that man, make sure you tell him thank you. He made a lot of little kids' dreams and young men's dreams come true today. Unfortunately, we were not able to set it up on the midget game.
Woody.
But we got to get a shot of Woody real quick. Woody, wave.
Wave.
Oh, he's going to come up.
Woody, wave.
That's Woody Seneca, everybody. Thank you very much. They got us out here. Huge shout out to Woody. Without him, this absolutely would not have happened. He made sure we had a camera so we could take it here today and still not miss any of our other games. Thank you very much. There's Tonawanda, our second place team, and Newtown, the first place team, right there, heading over to shake hands and for ceremonies. Unfortunately, we can't stay and watch it all. Thanks so much, everybody, for watching. We really appreciate all the views. Huge shout out. Thank you to Woody Seneca, and thank you to all the players, coaches, and everybody who makes this possible.